Well, Tania Campbell has been unseated as the executive mayor of Ekurhuleni. A motion of no confidence against the mayor received 100 votes in favour, 93 against. The motion was brought by the ANC caucus, citing maladministration in the DA-led multiparty coalition. The council will now move to elect a new mayor to replace Campbell. Let's get you a recap and some reaction to yesterday's sitting. The Speaker of the Ekurhuleni Council, Raymond Dlamini, joins us in studio this morning. Speaker, it's great to have you here. Thanks very much for coming on. You and Tania Campbell, in fact, got into your positions around the same time, right? It was in November of last year.
Yeah, good morning, Michelle, and also good morning to the viewers of Newzroom Afrika. You're quite correct with that. Yes. Stressful
time for you now?
Well, it's a job. If you've been given a mandate, you have to honor that. Stressing, I can say yes, it's stressing because you have to comply with the law. So others will look at it like because me and Tanya come from same political parties, they'll feel strong that no, it's going to bend the rules. It's unfortunately we don't operate like that when it comes to the DA, follow the rule of law. So we look at the rules, what the rules stating, and yeah, indeed, the motion meet all the requirements, so we have to comply with that because it's important for us as a democratic alliance. Yes.
In your mind, to your knowledge, what led to that motion yesterday? Well, the ANC says one thing. How do you understand it?
Well, I think we can debate it in a various way, but what I can tell you is that you find a party that brought the motion, they've been in government for almost 15 to 20 years, and they expect us to fix things that you cannot fix them in a space of 10 months. Probably need half term to start seeing more services going to the people. So it's unfortunately that political parties, if you look the majority of them, we are after positions. So that's what happened. If you look even the small parties, those who were in coalition with the ANC in the last term, is the one that support that motion, even the current in this term, they're the one that support this motion. So they feel strong, they say we are failing them, and we keep on saying in which department where we are failing you, because you all know when we take over the city, it was in crisis. Yeah.
And that's what the ANC said, right? That's what it cited. It cited a lack of proper service delivery.
Exactly. That's what they're saying. But you see, Michelle, the problem is that I'm a speaker of the city of Ekurhuleni, and we receive lots and lots of complaints about ward councillors of the ANC that are not performing in their ward. Instead of them performing doing their duties as a ward councillors, they take the blame and put on the executive. And lots and lots of them have to deal with those issues. And instead of them going and share the progress of council, the decision that we took in council to say going forward, this is how we're going to do things, they go there and say, no, the services are not happening. It's because of the new administration. In fact, they're not saying the coalition government. They put it straight to say it's a DA, and it's not like that. It's a coalition government that was elected on the day to serve the people of Ekurhuleni. So it's a lot of things that are happening, and I thought on the motion we're also going to debate the issue of the role of councillors to say, if we are saying the executive is failing the residents, what about you as a councillor? What is that you did as a councillor to make sure that your residents, you give the needs what the resident needs? So it's a lot of things.
I mean, it brings to question again the issues around coalition governments and that we just can't seem to get a handle on
it. The problem is one, Mish, it's because of, it's not about governing, it's about positions. If you look, if it's about governing, then you have to ask yourself, what the proper period of time we can put to say, you as a government, you fail us, as a coalition government, you fail us. You are talking about 10 months here. So you ask yourself, what is that you can do in 10 months? Yes, it's a lot that you can do, but first you need to start administratively. You need to start appointing the right people. You need to start the process of interviews, not just go and grab a person and say tomorrow you're starting to work. It's a lot of things that has to happen. So in the 6 months alone, we are starting dealing with offices before you can even go outside. So it's a lot of things that are happening, and we feel strong that we're going to fail the residents if we want to go to the route of saying that the coalition is not working. It is because of we don't give each other the space to say and agree to say, yes, we're going to put you there, you're going to govern, but at least we're going to give you 2 years and a half and start looking at. Then after that, that's where we're going to hold you accountable, because you can't come in 10 months and say we are holding you accountable. We're dealing with a system that has been there, one government, and they've been there for 20 years, and you're coming in, you need to fix that. Cadre deployment, it's a part of that. It's affecting us. We have to look, say, how this person managed to get this position. So it's a lot of things that are happening behind the scenes. It's unfortunately, we just have to, they're coming up with the issue of service delivery only.
I mean, for residents of Ekurhuleni, they perhaps don't understand the inner workings of council and all of the political wrangling that's happening behind the scenes. What they care about is, am I getting the services that I need? Are the potholes being fixed? Is my refuse being collected? Etc., etc. Ekurhuleni's finances as well are in a bad state. This is what residents care about, and ultimately they will be the ones who pay the price as these political tricks happen in the background.
Yes, I agree with you. First, we have to agree that we don't need the ANC. That's where we have to start. We don't need the ANC. Then the residents, they have to give us the space to say, we said we don't want the ANC. We're going to give you the space to go and fix the mess. And the mess, you cannot just sleep and wake up and then say the numbers are good. The numbers are worse. So, but you need to be given the space and allow us. If they manage to give the ANC more than 2 decades to govern, so at least even our side, they should do so to say, we're going to give you the space, go and fix broken things. As I'm saying is that us as the public, we need to start holding the councillors accountable. The issue of pothole.
The executives, yes, but the councillors.
The councillors themselves, let's start underground first. We hold councillors first accountable. What did you do if you see a pothole? If the waste removal was not removed, as a councillor, what did you do? Did you assist the residents to log a call? Did you went to the customer care and complain about those issues? Then so that we'll start understanding what is the problem. I understand that here they're saying that there's a collapse of service delivery, which is untrue, quite be honest. If waste has been collected, yes, because trucks sometimes get broken, all those kind of things, which I can argue with you now and say, but the new administration never brought any trucks. Then we have to go the process of buying trucks. It will take us to 6 to 7 months to get those trucks because of the system that you have to follow. So it's a lot of things that is happening. All in all, what I will say is that whoever comes in, we have to agree to say, we're going to give you enough time to start implementing and start moving forward, and we'll give you that support that you need. Unlike what happened to a former executive mayor, Tania Campbell, whereby none of these political parties that we are not in coalition with, they didn't give even a single day a support to say we'll support you.
Let me ask you this. There's criticism around, you know, the issue of coalitions, that is not the problem. That the problem is actually coalitions where the DA is governing. That the DA is arrogant in the way it handles coalition politics. What's your response to that?
Well, the issue of what is arrogant, first we have to start there. Because when we take a decision on the fact or on the basis of, we allow the researchers, they come back and say, this is what's going to happen. By the way, you must remember this, Mish, is that we've been in government for many, many years. Like an example, former executive mayor Tania Campbell, she's an alderman, she's an alderwoman, because she's been in the system for more than 20 years. So there is an experience there. So you come in, we sit down, we talk. The arrogant maybe is when they're saying, let's move like this. We say, but we can't move like this. If we move like this, this is what's going to happen. So maybe that's where the arrogance is. But I still believe strong that we need to be matured. We need to understand that we have a city to run. If there are differences, let's sit on the table and debate those differences and move forward. And I don't believe that we should have differences when it comes to the issue of service delivery.
Raymond, let me ask you this. Yes. Are you concerned that you might be next as a DA Speaker?
No. We are not concerned with that. When we come to the office, we all know that El Sito Ekurhuleni we're a minority, all of us. At any time, anything can happen. So when I go to bed and sleep, I'll say I'm happy because I follow the rule of law. I didn't even do something that it's outside of the standing order or structures act. All the time, what any decision was taken in council, I follow that. It's because of the game. Politics are saying it's a game of numbers. They don't want me because they want to give someone that position, not because of I'm not doing my work. I'm doing my work and I'm happy with my work.
7 days now to convene the next council sitting, get the next mayor into position.
Exactly. After this, I'm going to meet with my team, with the legal team, to look which date we're going to use. Because remember, when I was talking to them yesterday, I told them, I said, we need to do this as soon as possible. And I wanted to be done on Friday. They said, no, you can't on Friday because you need to give 72 hours notices.
Right.
So that's what's going to happen. So I'm going to discuss with my team also. We have to send an email to the IEC and request them to be present to come and assist us. So, yeah, between Monday and Tuesday, that's where we'll get the response. Let me just say the proper answer. We'll get it tomorrow.
Raymond Dlamini, the Ekurhuleni Speaker of Council, thanks very much indeed
thank you
for coming into studio.
Thank you.